Welcome friends and fishes to another video. So I have finally completed the very first tail from my new line of one-off mermaid tail creations, and I would like you to meet Brimstone. So this tail features a high-resolution print of my original artwork, created by hand by me in Adobe Photoshop on my Wacom Cintiq 16. The 14.5 gig file, yeah, you heard that right, 14.5 gigs. I still can't really believe it, but it's true, is made up of 219 layers. And the artwork was resized to fit the measurements of the client who purchased the tail. The fabric, because I know somebody's gonna ask, is a 4-way stretch, very creamy, very soft and luxurious scuba knit fabric in white. The process of printing my original design onto fabric is a process called sublimation printing, which involves several steps, one of which being this really enormous machine that actually turns the print into a vapor that adheres to the fabric. It's very complicated and very cool. Maybe one day I'll be able to get some behind the scenes of that. It's not something I actually do in-house. This is something I actually outsource because these printers are very expensive and very large and require a very specific know-how to actually do this process. So I leave that to the experts. The tail itself features a full-length dorsal fin, as well as two very large wing-inspired side/seam fins. The tail has my signature rolled over waistband, as well as a zipper down the side of the fluke so that you can easily get the monofin in and out. And the fluke itself has a stitched pocket in which the monofin sits to prevent the monofin from sliding around inside the fluke and potentially causing the fabric to billow, therefore causing unnecessary drag. The monofin I designed this tail for is the fish fin. I get asked a lot of questions about this monofin. I'm going to be sure to leave a couple of links if you want to learn more about it, as well as an Amazon affiliate link if you would like to purchase one for yourself. It's an amazing fin, albeit a little controversial. I like it for its size and its very neutral shape. Like, I wanted to see if I could create a design for a species of merfolk that lived in and around those volcanoes. You know, when volcanoes like run off into the water and then there's all this steam and like fire and rock. And I just, in my mind, I was like, what could I design that maybe lived in this area? And this is what I came up with. Some of my favorite parts of this tail include the detailing on the side of the fluke. This is the best I think I've ever achieved. It is actually perfect. Like, it's basically pixel for pixel. I'm so proud. Even up the side of the zipper, even though the zipper is still there, because zippers are zippers, what are you gonna do? But they still line up, and I'm so many pins. So many pins it took to line this up. I seriously took so long with this because I really wanted it to line up, and oh boy, it does. And it looks very cool. This kind of detail on the side of the fluke there, it just gives it like a more firm, almost, I wouldn't say like metallic, but like structured vibe. I really love how it turned out. I'm also really pleased with how the glow effect turned out along the dorsal fin, because I wanted to connect the dorsal fin in such a way that it wasn't such a like scales meet spines meet fin kind of a thing. I really try to avoid that in a lot of my designs, but for this one I wanted to feel like it was like molten, like it was like melted or glowing, or like there was light coming out and kind of glowing up the side. And I think it, although I learned my lesson, I need to leave myself more space, because when I tell you how long it took me to line that up, oh, it was a process. My dudes. It worked, and it looks great, and I think it turned out really well, but yowza. For those of you who are asking how you get this tail, or where do you get my tails, why can't you find my mermaid tails anymore, anywhere, this was a one-of-one design, meaning there's only gonna be one of these tails made. Now that said, I am constantly working on new designs. I had also sold the Spirit of the Sea was a one-off design. I have a couple other surprises in store that I'm working on right now. But your next question is often, where did your mermaid tails go and where do I purchase them? And the thing is, I'm not publicly selling my mermaid tails anymore. I did mention this in the previous video, which was a vlog. I am not publicly making my work available anymore because I have just had so many bad experiences with people and the internet recently. So my tails are available exclusively to my Patreon pod. So when I do have designs that are available, they're not available all the time over there, so I want to make that clear. But when slots do become available, they are exclusively for the Patreon pod. And that's where my tails will be going in the future. The Patreon pod is behind a paywall, and I felt that it was necessary to do that because I just can't cope with people on the internet anymore. It's too bad, but as an artist, I feel like I am not made to feel very good about my work sometimes, and some of the comments that people leave and some of the things that they say, they treat my work like it's just a product and not something that took me 40, 50, 60 hours to produce, that came from a place of passion and love and skill that I've honed over 20 years. So if you want to see any of the other tales that I'm working on, you are going to have to do that through the Patreon pod. It is my extended pod community. It's a wonderful place to be. We have a private Discord. We do lots of live streaming over there. I'm forever in the chat hanging out with people who can ask me questions about tale making or anything mermaid related. We're also a general community as well, so it's not just mermaid related. We do also talk about, you know, mental health and life and our pets and food and art and all of these things, video games. We do game streams periodically over there as well. It's a really good place to hang out, a good place to be, and it's also where I share all of my stuff, not just the stuff that I kind of cherry pick that I feel like is safe to post on my social media / anywhere else. So I thought I would just let you guys know that. I don't like that this is how it has to be, but my Patreon pod community is incredible, and without them, I wouldn't be doing any of this anyways, so it just seemed to make sense to me. So hopefully we're all cool with that, and if we're not, that's just too bad, then, isn't it? And just when you thought the video was done, guess what I got to do? I actually got to be there for the unboxing of this tale. I couldn't believe it. Oh my gosh. So I filmed a good chunk of it. I'm a little bit awkward. I'm not great in person, you guys. I'm really good when I'm edited behind a camera, but like in person, it's a little bit sketchy. I thought I would include a couple of snippets, some of my favorite moments, and I just wanted to say just a heartfelt thank you to this particular client. I don't know if you know, just recently with everything that's been going on in the community and just in my life, you know, the support and kindness shown towards me is just on another level. I'm so grateful, and I'm not gonna listen, I did my face today. I got makeup on, I got stuff to film, so I'm not gonna burst into flames, but let's roll that footage and you guys can watch me just be a giggling idiot. Oh my god! There we go. So the camera's here. I've got you. We're doing it. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Oh my god. Moment of truth. Oh my god, I can see the colors. I had such a hard time letting go of this tale. You have no idea. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god, I need to do this I want to do it in such an elegant way. Oh my god. Courtney, look at those colors. Like, it literally looks like it's shining. Yeah. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. And even in camera, it just looks so good, but in real life, it's so surreal. The fluke is my favorite thing. Courtney, it is amazing. It is so soft. It is so, like, the sewing, the seams. It's the most like close. I don't think that's good English, but anyways, it's like the best. Yeah, it's the best I've ever gotten. And everything lined up really well, so I know, like butter, right? Like butter. It's like the best thing ever, yeah. It's been like a hard week for tale makers this week and everything. So I'm just, you know, and then I had this to look forward to. This totally just brightened me right back up again. I can't thank you enough. I think your art is a gift. We are so lucky to have you in this mermaid world, invigorating all of us to join in this beautiful magic show. You're so sweet, but I wouldn't be anybody without all of the beautiful fishes like yourself who support me. So I am really grateful. I really am. Thank you so much. So I hope I gave you guys a really good look at this tale. If you have any other questions that I didn't answer in the video, be sure to leave them in the comments section down below. I'll do my best to answer all of your questions as best as I can. And otherwise, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an upload. And otherwise, I want to thank you so much for watching, for hanging out with me for a little bit, and I look forward to catching you all again in my next video. Happy swimming! Bye!